Who could have known that in their effort to help the ailing environment, scientists would have caused one of the most catastrophic events to hit the Earth since the Great Ice Age? Weather control, now a dark joke, it had once been the promising answer to years of planetary abuse. But they never should have played God. For the first few months, it had been great. Perfect. Then, as it always does, nature came back to claim its rightful place as ruler. The Earth became total chaos. Millions died in erratic weather patterns, some freezing, some sizzling, and even more drowning. The few who could be saved were moved under the cover of night to keep the rest of the Earth's unsavable population from finding out. They were taken to secret military bases to live until the damage that had been done righted itself. That's how Dr. Rena Gates found herself one of the very few survivors, sunk deep into the ocean's depth in what they ironically started calling the lost city of Atlantis. I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last man on Earth. How ironic that those offhand words would now come back to haunt her. Micco Hagan was one of the last men on Earth, and, according to the very official order she'd just received from the man in charge, she would definitely be expected to sleep with him. General Davies had military control over the base. He was a fair man, one who did right, and they could have gotten much worse. However, Davies did rule his underwater domain with only a few objectives in mind. Directive 1, preserve the human race, a sense of humanity, civility, and a long history. Directive 2, preserve the military base and maintain order. Directive 3, most importantly, survive at all costs. That was the mission. Survival. What was free will when they had an obligation to continue the human race? Those who had found some sort of love out of necessity had been allowed to marry in the very beginning. But those who hadn't after a couple of years underwater were now being forced to join according to their bloodlines. A very cold, scientific process. Micco was in charge of the database, of testing genetics and comparing them, of recording all births to ensure the future wasn't hereditarily tainted. She crushed the marriage order in her hand, and her frown deepened. If Micco was in charge, then he signed off on their match. She had a hard time believing there was no other suitable candidate on the godforsaken sunken city. Out of 2,036 people, surely there was another match to be made. Or had he gone mad? Was this some sort of joke? I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last man on Earth.